Alright, welcome to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In today's video we're going to have a bit of a deep dive into the history of the SuperCoach Nuff and my success and perhaps lack thereof over the journey. So I guess it makes for interesting reading when we have a look at the history. So if you aren't aware of this, where you select your team on the field, you can also do a list option if you prefer that look. It's good for looking at the stats of your team, that sort of deal. But you also get the history, so it gives you the timeline across this year. At the time of recording, we haven't started the season yet, which is why that's all quite blank. But if we go back to 2022, you see it will populate um, your round scores, ranks, season ranks, team values, all that sort of stuff, and give you a whole heap of data here. But guess just wanted to take you back. So it says it started in 2014, but I didn't play in 2014. I actually started in 2015. And I guess in the case of beginner's luck, this was actually my most successful season. So looking at the team value, the salary cap used to be 6.5 mil, which is pretty funny when you think about it now. And it's just gone up to over 11 million. But I guess looking back, it's quite funny because just burning through trades like they're going out of fashion. So I think maybe I held back one on each of those buy rounds perhaps, and then ran out by round 19. But it did set me up in a good position because, as you can see, finished with a flourish, got quite lucky, and finished just outside the top 300. So that is actually my best ever result. Um, and I guess remembering back to that team, this was the year where you could get players like Josh Jackson, Angus Crichton, Simon Mannering in your centre wing. And this was back when I guess the forwards were a bit more overpowered compared to the centre wingers. So I remember just loading up with as many second rows as I could get uh, and carrying that through to that position. Obviously, having a lot of luck along the way with injuries and stuff at the back end of the year. Um, but then 2016, thinking I know a little bit more, obviously ending up 4,500, so top 5,000, which is all right. But again, trying to be a bit more selective with using trades, but then not really through the middle. um, and then, yeah, obviously flattening out after about post origin sort of period there. So obviously, a few trades running out, and just I think that's the round position. Yes, you can see a couple of bad rounds to finish. Obviously, didn't get the full 17 in there. 2017. So started super slow, 50,000 after round two. So I was really just about trying to claw back. Got back in the top 10,000 pretty quick, but sort of then struggled to push up top 2,000. Dropped off around Origin by the looks of it. Had a shocking week there. And then yeah, actually saved some trades. So I'm pretty sure this was the year that I won my big head-to-head league. So a few of the boys from up around Moranbah way. Shout out to the Moranbah crew. Uh, Tipped in about $100 a piece. And it was winner take all, so picked up a sweet 2K. So yes, I guess wasn't too worried about the overall position there. I was sort of fairly well positioned towards the end, but saved some trades to get me through that head-to-head final series and got the chockies. I guess it should be noted, I haven't won since then. So 2018, so started off really well, and sort of held position quite well until what's that again, about the post origin period. So probably didn't upgrade my team as well as others. Again, probably trying to keep my head to head crown intact there, so saving some trades, and finished just outside the top 2,000. Unfortunately, in 2019, it's where it all starts to really go wrong. So, yes, they started off fairly slow, 25,000 after round three. and honestly, it didn't really get much better. So finished outside the top 10,000. Again, you can see a few trades in the back end there trying to win the head-to-head. Um, the super trade round with 5 trades, that was fantastic. But I think this was about the time where the game changed to be more rewarding to the attacking players. So your fullbacks, your halfbacks, your more attacking hookers, centre wingers. And I guess probably got a bit stuck in the old mentality of, um, loading up on second rowers and that sort of thing. So, the consistent points, but without the ceiling or the upside. So 2020, obviously the COVID affected season, which is why there was 5 trades in round 3. But again, super poor start and probably didn't learn from my mistakes in 2019. So finished the season at around 13,000. Um, so yeah, lots of trades, which was nice and good fun. Um, Obviously, was trying to must have got a bye week in the head-to-head finals there, which is why the 0 trades there. But yeah, didn't get the chockies then either, unfortunately. So then 2021, I think this would work out to be about my worst season. Um, and again, probably making the same sort of mistakes over and over again. Probably that was my lowest of lows, the 58,000 rank. I think going back through, you won't find a number bigger than that in the overall position. So to dig back out into the top 15,000 is okay. But again, just, probably using too many sort of trades through the middle here, perhaps. Not buy planning, I think, as well. Sort of that started to go by the wayside a bit too, to be fair. Um, but yeah, not my best season. Like I said, if anything, probably the worst season. And last year wasn't much better, to be perfectly honest. So started super slow. Um, Crawled my way back up, as you can see, around the 5,000 mark. But then again, around Origin, the wheels are starting to fall off. So probably not a lot of buy planning involved there. Again, not trading in round 16 is a bit of a bold move. Um, but yeah, finishing again outside the top 10,000. So what's that been? 1, 2, 3, must be 4 years since I've cracked the top 10,000. Partly due to, I guess, probably a bit less focus on things like buy planning, um, slow starts, again, not adjusting to the rule changes where the attacking players get a lot more um, advantage. So yeah, so I guess looking to right the wrongs, and that's sort of part of the reason why we've started this channel, is to make ourselves a bit more accountable. Open up a bit more discourse about the side and the decisions that are being made. So I wanted to go back to my team. So again, I've done a video earlier this week looking at the team selected for round 1. And I guess by the time this video comes out, you probably already know how some of these players have gone. But I guess, that's sort of been the philosophy of this team, is, obviously loading up on players that, are going to score points. So Cleary, Grant, Tedesco and Tommy Turbo. Looking to start Val Holmes. So up until the team list Tuesday, I had gone all cheap centre wings again, sort of making the same mistakes I have of the past. But, I was keen to get someone like Val Holmes in to really start to, add a bit more balance to the side. You can see still got the love for the second rowers with the 3 guns there at the start. And there's definitely some cheaper options that we could look at there. But I mean, I'm sort of happy with the balance of this team, and that, I do have 1 gun, Joey Tarpany there in the front row. Matt Burton I would consider a gun in the 5'8" position. Val Holmes now in the centre wing. So obviously combining that with all of these value players, so a few bottom dollar cheapies that are, looking pretty good with their job security in the centre wing. You can throw Taruva in there. Nickel Clockstad and Fido sort of playing fullback, which opens up some attacking opportunities. Katoa, another attacking young player. Boyd, obviously starting halfback for the Titans this year. And then trying to mix that up, with sort of a bit of upside in the second row as well, more so for Fida and Nana, I think, with their attacking ability. Cam Murray can find the try line as well, no doubt, so he'll have his spike games. Tarpany, he's a bit of a beast in the front row and has that bit of flexibility with dual position as well. And then I guess, sort of trying to just do my best with the bench. So Hopgood is obviously going to make a lot of money with his sort of big minute, busy role in the lock position at the Eels. Hopefully Dury keeps a spot at second row. Ford hopefully keeps his spot at the second row. Hopefully Mawali goes up in gears. And, you would suspect if there was an injury to Burgess or Totola, and the Burgess boys aren't really known for their clean bill of health, hopefully, he'd get those starting minutes, which would be a nice little boost to his cash account. Kepi, Ikamani, both starting after having, extended stints on the bench last year. So probably more slow burns there in the forward pack, but again, just looking at a bit more balance to start with, and I guess got to make a decision on whether we attack the overall hard, or if we sort of hold back a little bit and consider maybe chasing the head-to-head cash again. Got a couple of cash leagues going on this year, so should be good. But anyway, just wanted to have a quick video looking at that history, and I guess sort of reflecting on those things where it went wrong and what we could do going forward. So maybe expect a bit more buy planning this year. We'll definitely do some videos around that. Some more sort of attacking trading strategies, particularly in the Bulldog project. If you haven't done so yet, check that out. Otherwise, feel free to comment with your best position or your trends, whether it's going up, going down, whether your priorities have changed a bit like mine might have, mistakes that you've made, all that sort of good stuff. Subscribe to the channel so that you get the notification when there's a new video. And now the season's starting, there'll definitely be at least a couple every week, pending life circumstances. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.